Up with KREM begins now.
7 a.m. now on our Tuesday morning. Up ahead this morning on Up with KREM, money is on the way to most Americans under a new relief bill.
The American people have waited long enough.
With 3 days now until Christmas, we'll tell you who qualifies for relief and for how much.
So we believe this has a reasonable chance of slowing the spread of a mutation that we know is causing chaos in the United Kingdom right now.
Also this morning, Governor Inslee has put new travel requirements in place across Washington. We'll have the details for you coming up.
And I'm live at the Spokane County Fairgrounds, where the county is giving out free PPE to local businesses and nonprofits.
And strong wind overnight is starting to die down this morning. I'll let you know what that means for the weather in the week ahead.
Saturn and Jupiter had their great conjunction last night, forming what some are calling the Christmas star. We want to see your photos of the planetary meetup. We've already gotten some great ones from our viewers, which are showing on air this morning, so stick around.
And new at 7, in just a few minutes, our nation's leading health expert is set to get his coronavirus vaccine. We'll bring it to you live.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us here on Up with KREM. We are following breaking news when it comes to our local passes.
Yeah, we're seeing some issues on the road. So right now, I-90 westbound along Lookout Pass is blocked. Now, this is according to the Montana Department of Transportation. They report it's due to several spun out semis. So this is on the east side of Lookout Pass. Of course, we're going to be tracking those conditions closely throughout the morning.
And also breaking this morning, Snoqualmie Pass is back open after several collisions that originally blocked the pass overnight. Let's look at some video of someone that was stuck on the pass that they took and posted to Twitter last night.
This just happened. Driving down. Oh, there's the truck. Jackknifed. We're stuck. Here's a car that ran into a barrier, that ran into the truck. I wonder how long we're going to be stuck up here for.
Well, here's a live look now at the past conditions this morning. Next to that video from last night, you can see a little bit of a rain and snow mix right now, but traction tires and chains are still required. Oversized vehicles are prohibited this morning, and crews did estimate the reopening happened at about 3 a.m., but the crash happened at about 11 p.m., so that means the people who were traveling behind the crash were stuck for several hours. And this is just another reminder for you today that this is the time of year that it can be risky to travel along those passes, so make sure you check your conditions before you head out.
And again, taking a look at other passes around the region, traction tires and chains are required on Stevens Pass. Oversized vehicles are also prohibited. Right now, those same rules apply to White Pass. And moving east, the Idaho Transportation Department is warning of rain and snow on 4th of July Pass. However, right now there are no restrictions. Also this morning, thousands of homeowners are waking up without power.
Yeah, power companies throughout our area say some are due to weather, while others are still being investigated.
So right now, about 1,300 Avista customers are without power. Now, those are scattered throughout the Palouse and through rural Idaho. Overnight, though, crews did restore power to about 1,000 homes near Northport. You can check Avista's outage map for the updates. Kootenai Power also has said in a Facebook post that some of this morning's wind could be the cause of weather-related outages. Right now, they report that over 3,000 people are without power in the Athol, Garwood, Bayview, and Twin Lakes areas. As you take a look at your screen right now, you can see the outage map, what it looks like right now, as crews have been assigned and power is expected to be restored by 8 a.m. Of course, a lot of weather to talk about this morning, and we're talking about weather heading into Christmas too. Time to call you out, Jeremy. Are we gonna get snow? Is there a chance of snow? He just leaves. He doesn't want to be held responsible for that information right now.
Why does everybody want to put me on the spot? All right, here are the odds of that. The odds are okay. And the reason is there is a storm coming in. Forecast models say Christmas night we are getting snow. So it's not going to be snow you wake up to, but one of the forecast models is saying it happens later in the day. As a meteorologist, I have to take all of the information I'm given and give you the best forecast I can. And a lot of the information contradicts what that one model might be saying. For starters, we've got wind early on this morning. That wind is ushering in a new air mass. With the wind blowing, temperatures have stayed quite mild, but we are looking at much cooler temperatures, not just today, but in the coming days. As the wind dies down, that new air mass settles in place. So we're going to watch wind go from gusting to near 30 miles per hour here for the next hour, all the way down to almost non-existent as the sun goes down later on this evening. Along with that, we'll clear out some of the moisture. Now, early this morning, it is nasty travel up and over Snoqualmie Pass, up and over Lookout Pass. So if you have any travel plans that involve Interstate 90 or any of the mountain passes, be aware it is nasty out there. Later on this afternoon, we will start to clear out, but really it's going to be snowy roads in those mountain passes all day long. Tomorrow offers much more sunshine, likely hanging on to some of the snow on the road, but all in all, we should start drying out. And that dry out is the key here. As we head into the second half of the week, we're dry today, the sun returns, we hang on to it tomorrow, temperatures stay in the 30s, and because it's so dry and so sunny, it's likely that that one forecast model is a little overzealous on timing, and it probably takes just a little longer for that snow to arrive.
On this vote, the yeas are 359, the nays are 53. The second portion of the divided question is adopted, and without objection, a motion to reconsider is laid upon the table.
Well, this morning, President Trump is expected to sign a new stimulus bill. Congress passed the $900 billion package last night after months of gridlock. And the COVID relief package is part of a larger bill to fund the federal government through September of 2021. Now, with Christmas just 3 days away, members of both sides of the aisle say the relief bill is long overdue.
None of us think any of this legislation is perfect. But a big bipartisan majority of us recognize the incredible amount of good it will do when we send it to the president's desk.
So yes, there is more work to do, and it will cost some money, but it will protect jobs, and most importantly, it will meet the needs of the American people to crush the virus. It doesn't go all the way, but it takes us down the path, a first step.
So under this legislation, $600 stimulus checks will be sent to people who make less than $75,000 per year. They will also get $600 for each of their dependents. And it also extends increased unemployment benefits for 10 weeks. Leaders say the government could start sending those checks as early as next week. And this morning, we do want to check in with Dana Marie McNichol. You're tracking how people feel about this bill.
That's right. We want to know if $600 is enough for you to get through this pandemic. Now, we put this question on social media, our Twitter page, KREM 2. So we're going to take a look at those results this morning. 73% of you that voted this morning are saying that no, it is not enough to help. We've had multiple people text in this morning saying that it's not enough to help, that our government is out of touch, that it's even insulting. Some people are saying this morning that they are giving $600. They need more. Only 9% this morning are saying, yes, that's plenty. And then 17 are saying, oh, yeah, all right, it'll help a little bit. So, of course, you have a lot of time left to vote in that live poll on Twitter on KREM 2. Let us know, is that $600 enough to get you through? If you want to text in, our number is 509-448-2000. We'll put some of those responses up here in just a bit.
Meanwhile, Governor Jay Inslee has issued new international travel restrictions, and that decision comes after a new COVID-19 strain was identified in several other countries. So travelers coming in from the United Kingdom and from South Africa now have to quarantine for 14 days when they arrive in Washington. They must also get tested for COVID-19, and Governor Inslee clarified this travel restriction is a legal requirement, not a recommendation.
So we believe this has a reasonable chance of slowing the spread of a mutation that we know is causing chaos in the United Kingdom right now. So we are hopeful that this will be one more tool that has helped Washington have relative degree of success. It is because we have been responsible, because we have acted early, and because we have acted based on science. See, we've been able to make early decisions that have kept us having a lower infection rate than perhaps 45 other states. We'd like to keep it that way.
The only exception to the travel restriction is flight crews. Coming up at 6 o'clock, or excuse me, at 8 o'clock rather. We'll go more into detail of what's happening in other countries that are seeing this new coronavirus strain.
And Jupiter and Saturn were so bright in the sky last night. We want to know what it looked like where you live. Text us 509-448-2000. We want to see your photos so we could share them here on Up with KREM.
Plus, a wave of new hospitalizations from COVID-19 in North Idaho has stretched on for months with no sign of stopping. Coming up, we'll take a closer look at the data across state line as the pandemic pushes the panhandle into the new year.
And we've got a windy, cloudy start to the day for parts of the inland northwest. We're talking sunshine later on as that wind dies down.